So yesterday we were wandering around Costco. It was Father's Day, and I saw this on the shelf. I thought this might be a cool thing to play around with. It was $30, and basically it's 12 feet of LED lights. What's really cool is it came with, or was displaying, this remote, which basically every color in the rainbow, or 16 colors anyways. I don't know if it's 16, what is that, 15, 16? So the basic color set, so figured it would be fun to maybe play around with that, see if I can control it with my Arduino and my Raspberry Pi. So took it apart, promptly took it apart once I got home. Came with a little controller board. Controller board just has a simple transistor circuit on it. Has an IR infrared lead, so you can control the lights. It had the ability to fade and do a number of other things through the remote. But of course, you can really program it as you picked a color, and then that was your color. So obviously looking to tie it into microprocessors so that I could make it better. So here is my circuit, simple transistor circuit. So we have the digital outputs, PWM, so pulse width modification, so we can change the voltages that are going out. It's tied into my bench supply through the transistors, so the transistors are controlling the flow of the current. My bench supply is set to 12 volts. So basically, excuse me, the lights are controlled by the Arduino. So the Arduino, when I turn it off and on, I'm going to reset it here. So now what we'll do is we'll just watch, go through the different colors. I have a program for each of the colors that I thought were reasonable colors, that you could see a reasonable difference. So like yellow, blue, green, red, that sort of idea, and some of the colors in between. And then what I also did is I just quickly added to that a program whereby it would cycle through colors, or fade in and fade out. So pick one color, fade to that color, then fade to the next color, and so on and so forth. So if it was red and blue, it would go fading from red to blue, and then from blue to green, and then from green to whatever. The secondary color was always random. Where it left off was the color started with, so we can see that it's actually cycling through that right now. So basically there's purple, and it's going to go from purple to sort of pink, maybe it's headed to red. Yep, that's definitely red. So then we're getting red, and then it'll go from red to the next color, and so on and so forth. So it's actually pretty slick. Haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. I have been playing around with the XBs. You can see them in the background. I have a circuit here as well for thermistor. So I was actually playing around with some temperature stuff. I thought it might be cool to actually control the lights based on the temperature. But the varying degrees of temperature aren't really enough to go from like a red to a blue. It's not that hot and cold in my house, so I'm not sure that I'll be doing that, but it was an idea. I thought maybe we could do something along those lines. But anyways, this is the MOSAIC 12 feet of LEDs. They actually plug and unplug really easily, so you can see it's just a little connector. So you can make them, I think there's 6 2-foot lengths, so you can make them as long or as short as you want. What's really cool is actually within the actual LED strip, shows you where you have cut marks, so you can cut it, so you can make it as short as well if you don't want the full 2 feet. And what's really neat is it's actually peel back sticky tape underneath, so once I wanted to actually stick this to something, I would be able to do that as well. So it's actually kind of a neat system. It's fun to play around with, and that was my evening last evening, and part of my evening this evening. Anyways, thanks for watching.